Welcome everyone to round 11 of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar official online series, proudly presented by v8sonline Superstore, Direct Clutch Services, and our very good friends over at V8 Supercars Fan Group. Jay Kennedy in the host chair for round 11 from Interlagos in Brazil, v8sonline's live coverage. And joining me tonight, I've got a very, very full commentary box tonight. Daniel Bright joining me for the first time in forever in the V8 Supercar series. G'day, Daniel.
G'day, Jay. Good to be here. Not good to be here with you, but good to be here in general. I've actually missed doing the V8 races, so I'm happy to be back. I'd much prefer Sandman, but you know you're just going to have to do as a good second or third, maybe.
Thanks, mate. I love that. Love that. Also joining us tonight, the new voice of the v8sonline NASCAR broadcast, or the Truck Series broadcast, Des Hallam. G'day, Des.
G'day, Jay. Daniel, it's great to be here. Just, warming the vocals up for next season with the trucks coming on board. It's going to be great.
So I'll make you a deal. You can yell out all the left turns.
Rightio, mate.
No worries. Just so you can get practice, because right might be a bit hard for you to say still.
I'm going to have to be used to it.
Oh, you two. Settle a little. Also joining us is our v8sonline insider, Reese Gardner from the pits. G'day, Reese.
G'day, guys. How are we tonight?
Very good, mate. You'll have a lot of action tonight. You'll keep yourself very busy, no doubt.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's I think I recall you saying, Jay, that it's the longest race that the iRacing V8 Supercar Series has ever had.
Correct, ever. In an official broadcast, in an official series sense, it's the longest race in regards to time that we have ever had. The longest race in regards to distance was a tie between Spa and Phillip Island for their endurance races. But yeah, the longest race in regards to times is this week. Lagos, we should see a race of around about an hour and 6 or 7 minutes. So 40 laps in length, 168.8 kilometres around this absolutely fantastic facility.
It's worth the note that there's 10 left turns and 5 right turns in this Interlagos circuit.
Oh, it's good. I'm glad you can say right. And on another note as well, at least you didn't have to travel too far, Jay, to get to this one.
I actually had my timer on. I'm surprised it took 2 minutes for that one.
Yeah, it's taken a while. It's taken a while. I know. It's all right. They'll start flying. For those of you who are over 18,
we'll go to the starting grid before Daniel offends too many people. Josh Muggleton will start from pole position. It's a nice race. Madison down in second. Only 1/1000th of a second ahead of Justin Ruggier in third. Val Rich is in fourth position. Lee Day in fifth. Sean Kelly in 6th, Ren Brookman in 7th position, John Emerson 8th, John Latham in 9th, Tony Aldridge in 10th position, Leighton Fine in 11th, Richie Stanaway 12th, Lee Ellis in 13th, Wayne Burke 14th, Michael Fabian 15th, Matt Nethercote 16th, Brad Ryan in 17th position, Simon Black 18th, Mitch Abril in 19th, Marty Atkins in 20th, and Carwin May will be the 21st driver on this very, very fine grid tonight.
A lot of talent in that mid-pack. I can't wait for the race. And just a bit of a shout-out to Sandman. Pit stops, baby.
Sandman, unfortunately, at work tonight, and also missed next week. Pit stops, baby, next week at Oran Park next week. So he's a bit devastated that he's had to miss this week and next week. But he will be back for Race of Champions in only 2 weeks' time, which we cannot wait for.
I'm pretty sure that's why we have sick days, isn't it?
If Sandman had sick days for broadcast, he'd never go to work.
Oh, this
He'd be
is
in the
true.
commentary. He can be in the commentary box every night. He'd be telling us to do extra broadcasts. Hello, Sandman. We do know you watch back, so.
Talking of, sorry, Jay. Talking of pit stops, baby. I've been listening in on a few of the teams, and Lazy Man Racing in particular have fed me a few little tidbits of information as we see the cars are gridding up right now. Apparently, Lazy Man Racing, drivers like Brad Ryan, etc., will be starting with 27 litres in the tank and are planning to fill it right up at the pit stop, planning to pit around lap 17. So end of lap 14 is the earliest that the drivers will pit, and the pit window will generally be lap 14 to 26.
Interesting to see how this pit strategy plays out tonight. It's a strange way that we've got the pit strategy worked out for this race. Definitely going to be a very, very interesting one, and I cannot wait for this race to get underway. We're only seconds away. Who's your money on, boys?
Oh, I'm gonna get.
I'm going to go for the V8 Supercar fan group, boys.
Me
Yeah.
too. Here we go. We're underway. That was quick. Wasn't ready for that. We're underway. Green lights. And Justin Ruggie looking to split the middle of the Tats.com Falcons. Won't be able to do it. Madison will hold the inside line. Muggleton will get away in the lead. Ruggie will get the inside into turn 3.
Oh, looks like Madison.
Or side by side.
Sideways there.
Justin could get this. Oh, Justin loose and Vale Riches looking to take advantage.
Looks like all the boys in the back of the packs got through pretty cleanly, but they're still 3 wide coming into corner 4.
Here we go. Justin's going to take advantage here. Up the side of Madison.
Vale Riches is the one that could get the advantage. If he could get up close enough, he could have got up the inside of Justin there, but not quite able to do so. And Brookman now looking to get a move done on lead 8. That'll be P5 for Brookman.
Oh, and Stanaway up the inside of Kelly. Or Latham, sorry.
Movers already.
Josh Muggleton's already opened up a little gap.
Natural live cap at the moment, 1.3 seconds.
I think he got a good start and absolutely smashed them.
Someone that didn't get a great start, John Emerson, back to 10th.
Back to 13th, I believe.
Sorry.
Emerson. Kelly might have got a black flag. He's already into the lane. Sean Kelly into the lane on lap 1. Might find out from Reese very soon whether that's right. This is strange for driver to be in the lane this early.
Renz Brookman moving up a little bit there as well into 5th after that first lap.
Yeah, guys, I've just been listening on Lazy Man Racing, and Sean Kelly, apparently it was a penalty. Apparently he rolled backwards on the starting grid for some reason.
Range, we've got Richie Stanaway looking up inside. Almost contact between he and Lee Ellis. Stanaway now moves up to P10, starting in 12th.
Just looking a bit further up the field, Renz Brookman's actually right behind Vale.
Matt Nethercote, Mitch Haverall here. This is awesome to watch. These guys side by side through this part of the track just does not work. Nethercote has to pull back in the line. He can't stay out that wide for that long, but still looking to get a move done very quick.
Mitchell will have to be worried here. He's got Marty Atkins behind Nethercote looking to capitalise.
In a OSR sandwich, he's got these Red Bull OSR cars ahead and behind. You wouldn't know where to look.
Renz is
this battle
really
fourth,
tasty.
fifth, sorry there, Daniel.
No, that's
tucked in the draft.
And you get a massive draft advantage down that straight too. It's around about 4 or 5 kilometres an hour by the end of the straight. Tuck up behind another car, so really is a big opportunity for guys to throw it up the inside into turn 1 if they're close enough on exit of the final corner.
Yeah, it does tighten up your turn-in point though, so...
Madison having a couple of internet troubles as always. Wouldn't be a race without Madison blinking in and out a little. Muggleton 1.3 second gap. Back to down. Go back 11th, 12th, 13th. Stanaway, Emerson and Burke. Stanaway ran a little bit wider.
Oh!
Emerson into the back of Stanaway and around he goes. Having a contact was to the fence there with Stanaway. Car looks like it might be alright, but he's dropped right back to 20th position. The other car behind is Kelly.
John's waited for him.
Yep. Good sportsmanship there from Emerson.
He's definitely one of the clean
like
guys out the field. He doesn't like when something like that happens, and he won't take advantage of it. So obviously lost a lot of positions in that as well, but you know.
A lot of guys lost both these guys lost a few positions from that. So I think they were 11th and 12th. They're now 19th and 20th.
Yeah, John just carries a little bit more mid-corner speed through there, so...
Looks like Justin's closing this gap a little bit to Madison down as well.
We got Brad Ryan having a look at Michael Fabian, and he gets that spot.
Brad Ryan, I think, started 16th, was it? 17th? Oh, something's happened to Fabian, yeah.
Fabian very loose out of... in the middle of 3.
He almost looped it. Good job to hold on to that one. Go back, look at this angry pack of cars here. This is 7th, 8th, 9th. John Latham, Leighton Fine, Lee Ellis, Antonio Ortridge.
Ortridge going through on Fine.
Ellis will try and over-under. Sorry, Fine will try and over-under. Won't be able to do it, that was tough.
Not giving up, still moving around in the mirrors.
Go back to the front. This is Josh Muggleton. 1.2 second lead. We might stay on board for a little bit with Muggo. Last lap around, just looking at the times. Very, very similar lap time between Muggleton and Down, but Down the fastest lap of the race on the lap previous. That gap at the front is closing.
Michael Fabian having a look at Brad Ryan. Down the chute to turn 4.
He needed to try and get it up the inside.
He outbrakes him on the outside. Very good move. And never
So Matthew
having a look at
Nethercott
Mitch.
a little bit further back. They're going 3. There's 3 of them. What are these guys
Atkins
doing?
will try and go in there too. These boys need to realise that this is a 40 lap race, don't they?
Easy to forget.
When you put that helmet on.
Yep. Hit with the wheel in front of you, the lights are on, you're ready to go. Can't help yourself.
What?
Bit of a train coming up behind Latham, sorry Des. It's Latham, Ortridge, Fine, Ellis and Burke.
Yeah, Burke's been slowly chipping away. I've been looking at his lap times and he's just, with the guys battling in front, he's been able to just put his head down, drive away from the guys behind him and catch right up.
Oh.
Oh,
2 wide.
oh Ellis has
Something's
to cut
gotta
there a little
give.
bit. Oh!
Now
And Ellis-
Wayne's going to
yeah.
have a run.
Why don't you get the move done? Oh, he's run too wide.
It's like Orchard
And
is
here
going to
comes
have a look up
Orchard.
there as well.
Oh.
Madison's really closed that gap into Muggleton now. It'll be less than a second.
Comes Marty Atkins up on Mitch Abril now. This is back in pack 16th, 17th. Abril struggling for pace this week. Tenth last lap around for Down on Muggleton. This lap around may see another bit of time gain, so we'll be back to less than a second between Muggleton and Down. This could come down to who gets the best pit stop on who wins this race.
And Justin Ruggier in behind him, 2 seconds covering all 3.
Gap at the line last time around was 1.06. It is now 0.954. So we're down to less than a second between first and second, just on exactly 2 seconds between first and third.
And Justin had a bit of a hiccup coming out of one there. He's lost a bit of time.
How messy is this pack looking? But 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th, these guys are still on. And Brad Ryan won't be far away from, and Michael Fabian won't be far away from getting on the back of this pack as well. They're actually closing up on those guys by second last lap around.
Hotting up back in 14th and 15th between the OSR boys. Nethercote continuing his charge.
These two blokes realise they are teammates, don't they? Oh, almost! Nethercote forces the position from Simon Black.
Simon a bit too eager with the rear.
Oh, looks like
Lee Ellis
what's
is on
happened
the
there
track
with Lee
just
Ellis?
ahead.
Whoa!
If we can find out what's happened there. A bit of contact, I believe, between Alice and Leighton Fine. Oh, Leighton's given Alice a bit of a push after an over-under, bit of a move.
It's definitely thrown a bit of chaos though with these OSR boys and Lee Ellis there.
This looks messy. They're going to go 3 wide down the front straight.
Yeah, 3 wide.
Getting the replay of the incident on screen, and Nethercote, Alice, wheel-to-wheel contact.
Not giving
there.
him room. Gonna hold the inside line.
Unfortunately, while we've been watching that,
Wayne Burke.
Burke's had an incident running out, braking and going through the two.
Oh, there's
I
two
was
wide
just gonna have another look. Yeah, oh, he's in much room.
Oh, now Atkins and Burke side by side.
Oh,
this is messy.
Way out wide.
And now here comes Emerson up into this pack as well.
If you're probably smart about this, you might just sit back and let them do the damage themselves.
Wait for the pit stops, they're not far away.
There's one position for Emerson as he gets past Burke, nice and easy. And Brad Ryan as well, a little bit further up, right on the back of Michael Fabian.
Go back to this battle for 4th and 5th.
Oh,
Brookman and Richards. Ren's thinking he wants to throw it up the inside there, but I don't think he's game to do it.
Yeah, I think this one might come down to pit stop between these two. Renz is got a lot of speed and he seems to be using the track really well, but Vale's quite defensive, making his car really quite wide through all these corners, but fantastic drive by both of them.
Yeah, Brookman 3/10 quicker that last lap, so.
If we can go back to this pack though, Atkins, Abril, Emerson and Burke, they're 4 wide down the straight. Abril and Black, almost contact. And Emerson won't want to get involved here either. He'll get it on the inside of Abril.
And Wayne's going to follow him through.
Whoa! Whoa! Renz has just had a look at the inside of Vale, almost sent him flying.
So much action out there tonight, boys. This is great. We thought an endurance race would bring me so much action.
Oh, he spun John Emerson.
Whoa!
Big damage to John.
Stanaway.
Renz Brookman's going to get this job done on Vale. And he's got it into turn 1.
Brookman, yeah. Oh,
nice and easy there.
Oh, I think we can get our breath back for a second now. Going to race in the pits for a second race, you there?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, took me a little bit to sort out my TeamSpeak details. In the midst of all this action that's been happening, I've been watching the race along with you guys, and it's certainly very crazy. But I've had a few little more bits of information fed to me, both by LMR and by my TTR spy guy. LMR is apparently having a few problems. I've been hearing a lot of drivers reporting that the car doesn't feel good and sliding around everywhere. So Lazy Man Racing probably having problems, might have made a couple of mistakes on their setup in the lead up to the race. Also from my TTR spy guy, I don't know if you guys remember what was happening with Lee Ellis at Alton Park, giving shout-outs during the race, but my TTR spy guy has said, rumours going around is that if Lee Ellis wins a race this or next season, he will propose to his girlfriend live on v8sonline.
Wow. That's dedication to the cause.
Alright, everyone, put
We've
the
had a
cards
few
into the wall. We can make a deal. Does anyone know the name of his girlfriend?
Lucy.
Lucy.
Alright, someone get a last name and some contact details, and we'll sort out some kind of bribe for these guys.
Cool.
Perhaps Ryan trying to get this move done on late. Been trying to get it done for a while. Also, while you guys were watching that, I was just watching John Emerson as well. He's really struggling for real grip, so there must be a bit of damage to his car. The field's settled a little now. Muggleton 1.2 second lead over Down, and Ruggie are now back to a 3 second gap behind. Brookman and Rich is still going at it. 4th and 5th. These two guys have had a bit of run in this season too, so they'll be trying to stay away from each other in that sort of sense, to not make contact between each other again.
While all this has been going on, and touching on Lazy Man Racing, Sean Kelly's been able to catch up and cast Carwin May for the last position, so starting to catch these guys battling in front.
Won't have to take as much fuel in the next pit stop either, I don't think. I'm sure he would have taken on a couple of seconds of fuel to make sure he was close to full. Make this second pit stop he has to make after black flag at the start. A little bit better, I guess. Take something out of it. Sorry, 11 laps in. We're on lap 12 of 40. This is definitely a long way to go in this race. Go through the gains and losses. Top 3 yet to move. Renz Brookman gaining 3 positions. Fabian and Ryan, and also Atkins. Atkins, as always, moving through the field, plus 6 positions each. Sean Kelly, unfortunately, losing the most positions, down 14 after that black flag at the start of the race. John Emerson losing 9 and Richie Stanaway losing 7 positions. Carwin May still in P21 where he started. Tell you what, these 3 guys on screen at the moment, they are so loose at the moment. Really struggling with rear grip.
It looks like there's a little bit of damage to the right front of John's car from the contact with Wayne, so...
Abral's car is really struggling to plant it out of the corner, and well, they have caught up to Simon Black. It also looks like he's struggling a little for rear grip. Guys will be more than happy to come into the pits very soon for their first pit stop with some new boots.
Yeah, I'm interested to know if they're going to make any pressure changes with that.
This is the first race for the season. We haven't seen anyone out on the first lap.
Yeah, it's quite surprising.
I'm pretty sure it is.
And everyone's still on the lead lap as well, so it's good to see. It looks like Mitch Avril having a go here at Simon Black. Gonna get this one done. Oh!
Oh!
That could have ended badly.
Emerson almost into
Oh no,
Avril.
Mitch Avril's gonna go again. No.
And Emerson now gets the move done on Avril. Avril have to slow up, check up a bit. Wayne Burkle also. Oh, really get the move done on Avril.
Contact.
Mitch Avril looking a little bit pushy.
Trying to get the move back done again. Definitely was not intentional. Because Mitch Avril over the weekend raced in a 6-hour race at Wakefield Park, I believe it was. Mitch does a bit of real life racing, so I've probably got the track wrong. I'm not sure, 100% sure, Ross.
Two guys that look like they have their cars well behaved. Michael Fabian and Tony Autridge still at it.
Just looking at that battle just as you brought it up. And they do, the cars look really dialed in. These guys have managed to kind of semi-keep themselves out of trouble compared to a few of the other guys. So good to see these guys having a clean battle.
Yeah, good to see that there's guys that can have a clean battle out there, although we do like a little bit of argy-bargy, just not too much. We go back to the front, gap at the front now back to 0.9 of a second. So Down is now closing back in on Muggleton again. Pit window opens at the end of this lap, so will we see one of these two guys come in early and try and get an undercut?
Emerson's trying to make a move here on Black. He's got it done.
Oh, got it. And here
Looks
comes
like
Mitch Avril, who'll come through
going to
too.
get this as well.
On Burke right behind, sideways.
Yeah, Simon Black looking like the rears are just screaming for a swap. So
Pay a bit of a shout out to Simon Black for all his hard work. He's organising Race Champions 5 at the moment. He puts in an enormous amount of hours to organise events for the Australian, New Zealand sim racing community. So big thanks to Simon for all of his hard work. We'll be bringing Race Champions 5 live in 2 weeks' time, Sunday and Monday night. We have something very, very special planned very soon. We will announce it. No, we'll announce it on the Sunday night. We'll just magically announce it when it happens.
yeah. And don't forget, guys, all proceeds go to the Glenn McGrath Foundation.
Yeah, the McGrath Foundation. So we will be taking donations once again. We will have the donate button up on our Facebook page very soon. And proceeds from this one will go to the McGrath Foundation. So another great cause.
Yeah, it's great to be able to do an event and actually have the community get on board and, you know, give something for a good cause and also have a bit of fun while we're doing it. So yeah, it's great that we can get behind that, and maybe we need to start planning for who the next person should be.
I'll be looking forward to a sim racer taking out the title this time.
Yeah, well, we won't have any real life races in this one, or at least competing on the Sunday, because it will be the same weekend as Queensland Raceway and the V8 Supercars. So we will have a sim racer win this one.
Talking about race champions, I heard that the rumour that was going around was that we're either going to shave Sebastian's head live or we're going to dye it blonde. Now, I'm not too sure which one's going to go on, but maybe we could dye his hair and then shave v8 online into the back of it. What do you reckon?
Let's just bleach the logo into the back of his head.
That's a good idea. I like that one as well. Alright, let's do it.
We've got
Now Muggleton's in. Muggleton's in the lane. Our first pit stop is our race leader, Josh Muggleton, in, and he just pulls it up.
and Ruggy are in behind.
And incoming too. And also Vale.
Day stays out.
Latham in. Tony Autridge in. Michael Fabian almost into the back of Autridge. He's missed that big time, Fabs.
And
He
if I
actually-
could just
No, he might have pulled it up.
If I could just quickly interject, guys, it seems that Sean Kelly is pitting as well, I've just heard. A question was raised to him, will you have to fuel save? He says, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. He's closing up to the back of whoever that might be in front of him, but He's in the pits. There's heaps of cars in the
Brookman's
pits
very
right now.
quick to get out.
Yeah, Brookman actually quick, second and a half quicker than Muggleton in the pit stops, and he's not far behind Justin. It was about a 5-second gap before this lap. It's now down to 2 seconds, so a big gain for Rens Brookman and a little bit of a loss for Justin Ruggier.
Yeah, second loss there from Ruggier.
It's interesting that Madison stayed. I wonder if this is something that he's planned. Maybe he's been running a heavier fuel load, which would explain why Josh Muggleton took off at the start on a lighter car. This is interesting. If Madison's obviously got the pace, if he's on a full load now, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does.
I think he'll come in this lap.
Oh, very loose.
No. Yep, in he comes. Only a lap difference. We'll see where Down comes out after these pit stops from Muggleton. One thing about this pit lane, it's a really long pit lane. Lee Day also in. Well, we're going to get all the pit stops done within 2 laps, which is very, very different for this series. Lee Ellis also in. Nethercoat in. Atkins in.
Atkins out.
No, Atkins stayed out. Now
To lead a
Muggleton
lap.
crosses the line. Down still in the pits. Still standing still. Still. 23 second stop from Down, and Ruggier could get the position on Madison Down. Needs to get really, really good traction. They're going to come out side by side. This is going to be very close.
Madison with cold tyres.
Ruggier has to get this move done straight away.
So he's going to put Emerson between.
Madison. Yeah, Madison's got to deal with Emerson.
And Emerson's got damage too. Come on, mate. Yet to stop. He's got John Latham, Michael Fabian, Tony Autridge behind him. But with fresh tyres. Only 4 drivers. Yet to pits. May goes wide. Marty Atkins, John Emerson, Richie Stanaway, and Carwin May yet to pit. Madison Down lucky to get away from that and maintain. Emerson runs a bit wide to let Justin through. Knows it ahead. These 2 guys are battling for second and third in this race, effectively.
Up the front, Muggleton's been able to get past Marty Atkins for the outright lead, so he's about to check out again.
Yeah, he's definitely managed to open up a bit of a gap from the pit stop stuff up that Madison's had.
Actually still a bit of contact between Down and Ruggier in the early race tonight, so those 2 will try not to make contact again. Yeah, 4.5 seconds. So it was 1 second at the start of the pit stop, so 3.5 second gain by that extra lap, and also the little bit of a missed timing in the pit stop. Very unusual for Down. He normally makes very, very good pit stops. Michael Fabian almost into the back of Latham. May have been contact there.
All 4 of the non-hitters haven't pitted still, so...
There's a bit of damage to the front of Fabian's car. Now, this is Richie Stanaway, Rens Brookman. Stanaway, as we said, yet to pit. Brookman's already made his pit stop. Quickest pit stop of the lot in the whole field, and here comes Brookman. Gets the move done on Stanaway.
Stanaway lets him by there knowing that the tyres are there for Brookman, so...
Stanaway now back to 7th position. The only driver ahead of him yet to pit. Sorry, there's 2 drivers ahead of him yet to pit. John Emerson, Marty Atkins. It's Latham and Fabian, they've gone straight back into it again a couple of corners after we looked at them before into turn 1.
John Emerson into the pits.
And Fabian gets a little bit of a push around the corner from Autridge to try and get some drive. And they're going to go too wide down this front straight. No! Oh! Oh!
Fabian's trying to pick which way he's going to go.
I think Fabian was actually pushing Latham down the straight there. Bit of bump drafting. Latham's run wide. Here comes Fabian. And Ortridge is getting involved now too.
So you lose your position in the line and someone's going to take it.
For a lot of that
Sorry,
time,
Rex?
guys, John Latham was being warned of how quick Michael Fabian is, and I think John Latham's just decided to give up the position now because through goes Tony Ortridge.
Like, is that Brad Ryan a little bit further back there, starting to jump on the back of this one as well?
Yep. And Marty Atkins has dropped back behind Madison Down, so he's now back into P3, but still the furthest up driver yet to make his pit stop. Sorry, Des.
I was just going to touch on John Emerson. An extra 5 seconds in that pit stop, so whether he took it to clear some damage or whatnot, we'll have to get our guy in the pits on that.
Watching him there, he is so loose. Brad Ryan also having a few internet issues. Wouldn't be one of these races without internet issues.
Surprised you didn't get a company plug-in there, Jay, and so they're probably with Optus or something.
Yeah, no, I'll stay out of that. I don't say things like that, mate. Michael Fabian, now after getting that move done on John Latham, Tony Ortridge wants another position. And John Latham sticking right to the back of Ortridge. These two guys have had a great battle all this race.
Marty Atkins having a bit of a slide, but he almost tapped in.
Fabian gets the move done. So Atkins now drops back to 4th. We'll see him coming to the pits very, very soon as we're now halfway through this race.
He looks like he's struggling with
crosses
these.
the start-finish line. Can't believe we're halfway through.
It's only halfway.
33 minutes into this race and we're half race distance.
I wonder how many of these guys have changed tyre pressures and whatnot from their last pit stop.
A lot of these guys also raced the early race tonight, so a few guys will be starting to feel quite exhausted.
Yeah, definitely draining, especially the guys that hit the middle quali session as well. A long time to be sitting there and putting your race face on.
Brookman on screen, move himself up into 4th once Atkins clears from pit stops. Very, very good drive from Renz. He's done a really good job. He's done a tiny little bit of practice. He hadn't even done a qualifying session until after we spoke to him for our hot lap. Go to Reese in the pits with some news from the ANZ garage.
Yeah, Clayton Brooks, the pit guy for ANZ, he's brought me up and had a little bit of a chat to me. Lee Day's currently comfortable where he is at the moment and doesn't think he's going to get past. But Justin Ruggier, interesting story. He short fueled at his pit stop to try and undercut the Tats.com boys, and it seems that Mad and Muggo might have short fueled as well because Justin didn't seem to gain anything.
Interesting. Justin's pit stop was 2 seconds faster than Madison, but about 7 or 8 tenths slower than Muggleton. So looks like a few of the other guys are using that same strategy as we saw. Ruggier closed up to down, but not enough. So Justin will be quite disappointed, and we know how much he struggles to save fuel. So quite working hard to keep Brookman away from him by the end of this race, only 3 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Interesting to note that Brookman and Down are the 2 quickest out of the top 4 their last time by, so...
And, well, Brookman, with the quickest pit stop of the lot, we possibly thinking he may have short filled as well, so although the lap times would say not, keep our eye on that in the next couple of laps.
Yeah, thinking about how many drivers have decided to short fuel, I wonder if we're going to see some cars maybe running out of fuel towards the end of the race.
Now, Carwin Mays just had a bit of an incident. Coming out of the pit lane, he's actually looped it around and smacked it
Oh,
into the
right.
pit wall and blown it up.
Marty
John
Atkins
Emerson of the night
briefly
still
just
staying
through
out.
the grass.
End of the night for Carwin May. Sorry, guys. A replay. Out of the pits.
Also got a little bit of an answer to a question from my TTR spy guy. He's not quite sure what happened with Madison's pit stop, but it's possible he might have overshot it a bit.
So Carwin's end of his race. I'm sure he'll be happy that we haven't shown it. Or the ANZ garage will be happy we haven't shown it. As Atkins now lets Brookman by. Of course, Atkins still yet to pit, as is Stanaway.
Yeah, with Stanaway, Richie's actually making it quite difficult for Vale to get past. Vale's had a couple of attempts, but had to run wide and off track to get by him. So
He hasn't actually been able to do it either. Well, I reckon Stanaway might be in this time.
that's one thing I've noticed. Richie does like the long runs, so I'd expect him to go as far as he very well could.
Yeah, we've seen Virginia, he ran it as long as he could and picked up the race win.
With some help.
Controversially. We'll stay out of the controversy. Michael Fabian's managed to pull away from Tony Autridge, but Autridge still has Latham right behind.
Well, if any of them short-filled, none of them are showing it, because I'm seeing a lot of cars getting a lot sideways coming out of 3.
And looking at lap times as well, Brookman a little bit slower that time, but did have a bit of traffic with Atkins. That move done. But the top 4 guys essentially same lap times. So Josh Muggleton on screen, currently P1, started in first. Great drive so far, doing a fantastic job. Madison down P2, started in second. Finds himself about 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds behind the leader, Muggleton. Justin Ruggier P3, finds himself now about 7 seconds off the pace. And last lap around, so down, gaining about 0.4 of a second on Muggleton.
And Ren's in
Brookman,
behind him in 5th, gaining another 0.3.
Brookman said Justin Ruggier struggles a little bit with fuel conservation, so this could play into Brookman's hands later on in the race. At the moment, Marty Atkins currently P5. All we have to do is hit stop, but Stanaway is in. Nice cleanse of fuel.
We got Vale Riches in 6th.
Started in 4th, he's dropped a couple of spots.
Lee Day now finds himself in 7th.
Been very impressed with Lee this season. He's done a great job, so you're looking for him to push for top 3s next season.
That's why this season's all. This championship, you've just got to find consistency. Once you get consistency, then you can really start looking for some more pace.
Michael Fabian looking for some consistency in 8th.
Yeah, he's sort of been a little bit off the pace from where we saw him last season, but good to see him back out there in the top 10 again. We saw very, very consistent top 10s last season. He and Matthew Hill and Rob Hartley having some really good battles last season. I don't think we'll see Hartley again this season. Am I right, Des? He'll be back next season?
You'd have to ask him that. Sorry,
Okay.
Joe. I know he's
some inside
taking
info.
a break, and he's actually at his brother-in-law's wedding this weekend, so
Oh, no excuse.
congrats to them.
No excuse. Tony Autridge currently 9th, started 10th, so he has had 1 spot gain. Once again, another guy that's, when he's actually able to race, pretty consistent around the top 10, 15 positions, so always finds himself in a really heated battle, so
That's the
Season
class
again
of
for
field we
Autridge.
have, because we have John Latham in behind him.
Marty Atkins is in the lane. John Latham now will find himself in P9. Another guy that probably expect to see coming up through the field in the next season. Great result at Motegi, but really, really good job in qualifying. Not able to quite finish it in race pace. So expect to see John no doubt work on that in the coming seasons. And Brad Ryan now 10th position. When Brad can be bothered racing, he does alright. That's all I need to say about that. Hello, Brad. Good friend of ours, though, Brad. Isn't he, Daniel?
I wouldn't say good friend, but yeah, we do know Brad, unfortunately.
No, Brad's alright.
I tell you what isn't a good friend at the moment is Brad Ryan's rear tyres.
No, he's not liking them at all. He's going to use every single bit of those. And Lee Ellis would be looking at that, licking his lips. Now, just hearing Emerson has just had an accident and it looks like he's out of the race. On the front straight, he's actually gone too far on the inside, looped it around, and that's ended his race.
Just
We can
while
find
our
a replay.
directors,
Sorry,
trying to
Race.
find the replay. Sorry, Jay. Yeah, I've got a little bit of info on LMR. John Latham and Brad Ryan currently in a TTR sandwich at the moment. I've been hearing reports from them that their cars don't seem to handle that well in traffic, and so they were trying to get past Tony Aldridge, but it looks like they haven't succeeded so far. And Lee Ellis is creeping up on the back of Brad Ryan, and he almost had a little bit of a look up the inside.
Getting the end of the replay, big hit for Emerson, so that's ended his night, but Brad Ryan sideways. Getting a shout out from the viewer chat to Tobias. G'day Tobias. We'll see you next week at Oran Park. We'll chat to you after the raceway. Disappointed you're not here tonight, but see you next week.
Just like to touch on the V8 Superstar fan group Ford Falcon of Justin Ruggier. Just looking at his lap times, he's I think he's managing this fuel saving quite well. He's banged in 1 minute 36 ones for the past 2 laps, and before that was a 36.2. So, and Renz is actually starting to drop his pace.
Yeah, Ren's been pushing quite hard, so now just hearing our friend, we won't say
Nah,
our
don't
foe.
say anything about him. So,
Yeah. The concrete's in the mail, Corey, that's all we'll say. Corey has been unlucky. He's missing commentating. He hasn't been able to yell at anyone online other than shooting kids on whatever those games are. So,
Lee
hello,
Ellis.
Corey.
Lee Ellis is attacking Brad Ryan. He went very wide out of the left-hander before the straight to get a good drive.
Comes Latham, big dive bomb at Ryan, and Ellis make contact behind.
whoa, Leo's
Oh.
giving Brad a bit of a shunt.
In front of that, Latham and Aldridge going side by side.
Oh, Aldridge! Oh. Ooh.
And I'm hearing the 2 LMR guys right now. They're encouraging each other. Go, Johnny, go, go, go.
Let's hope Johnny can be good.
Oh. Yeah, I'm getting picked on for my terrible bad puns, and you come out with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. All right, that's going in the vote for worst pun of the season. See what else we can get in there, huh, Jay?
Oh,
You got some good dad ones. I haven't had a good dad joke in a while.
oh, well, you missed out. That was earlier.
I
Can't
have to
remember what I
watch
said,
some of
Seb,
these
but
puns in the end of season highlights video.
no, don't worry, they're coming. I think the blooper reel's already been written up as we speak. Ah, yes. Talking about getting fibre optic, and I said, wait till I get fibre, and I said, where's my all brand? It's a great joke. Oh,
Yeah,
I loved
yeah.
it. Oh, I loved
Surprised the Mexicans even know what fiber is.
Go back to this race 28, lap 28. We've got 13 laps to go now. Muggleton with a 2.3 second lead over down. The lap times have really settled between those two guys. Justin Ruggier in third, 7.9 seconds behind the lead. Renz Brookman in fourth, 11.8 behind. Bale Richards in P5, 18.7 seconds behind Muggleton. Race is now Muggleton's to lose. But this battle for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th, isn't this heated?
I don't think this is going to end well, but it's great to watch.
It's definitely heated.
I can see the tears already.
It's definitely heated and scripted. The cars with a lot of braille over there.
Oh, this is a great view. See how close the guys get to making contact with each other.
Two of the powerhouse teams here.
Two of the teams that sort of seem to find those up-and-coming drivers and do a really good job with them too.
Yeah, Ellis, formerly of the TTR Rising Stars.
Made his step up to the main team. Brad Ryan and John Lath have been around Lazy Man Racing for quite a while. They've had some really good drivers in their team, in their squad, but their main three drivers are four drivers that consistently in this race, being Latham, Ryan, Kelly and Abril, always do a really good job. And next week we will be live for our final round of this season. 1 laps of Oran Park. Cannot wait for that. I think tonight's crazy and exhausting. Wait till next week. Cannot wait for that. Going to be another fantastic race, and then of course next Sunday and Monday night, Race of Champions 5, and then we do it all over again 3 nights a week next season. Cannot wait. Go through the gains and losses once again. Top 3 guys still in their starting positions. Brent Brookman gaining 3 positions. Michael Fabian, the biggest mover, plus 8 positions. Brad Ryan plus 7. Marty Atkins, as always, getting through the field, plus 5. John Emerson minus 12, unfortunately out of the race. The other guys, John Kelly done a great job. He was in last, and look, he's already back up to 13th. So great job from Kelly to move back through the field, still down 7 positions on his starting spot. So we go to Reese in the pits.
Yeah, guys, TTL have sent a certain driver to be the spy guy for their team, and he's helped me out with a little bit of information. It's about Vale Riches. Apparently, he made some changes for the worse. Quote: "The car just has no speed. Definitely went the wrong way with setup." So, not sure what to make of that.
Interesting, we always talk about it, the guys, they're tweaking their setups, trying to get that last 1/10 of a second right up until the last minute that we start this race. So amazing that they spend so much time during the week tweaking their setups, and they still are making changes right at the last second.
Yeah, it's always right down to the wire when it comes to this V8 supercar. Always that little bit that you think you can do, and sometimes, see, a lot of the time, a few of these guys have worked out that that decision just to change that one little thing where they think that could make it just better, and they don't get a chance to try it out, is normally the thing that's going to ruin their race.
Now Brad Ryan's struggling to keep control of this car. Lee Ellis doesn't have much front grip by the look, so he's can't get it in there to try and get this position.
Mate, these young kids in there drifting, I don't know. Keep it straight, buddy.
Watching too many of those Furious movies.
Who do you think you are, Vin Diesel, mate? I don't think so.
Up in front of this group, I'm just watching Michael Fabian. He's putting in some pretty good lap times and starting to catch Lee Day. So Lee not as comfortable in his 6th position at the moment.
Yeah, last lap 0.6 of a second. This lap another 0.3 of a second. So the gap between these two guys, Day and Fabian, now down to just on a second. They'll see another battle for 6th and 7th very soon.
And the draft will start to play an effect soon.
Madison's starting to make some timing here on Muggo. Definitely made it hard for himself coming out of those pits, but He's obviously got the pace there.
Muggo looking for his second win of the season, so he won't like seeing that other blue Tats car coming up behind him.
Frankie also putting a very, very similar lap times to those front two guys, so he's not losing any time. 9 laps to go now that Muggleton's crossed the line. We'll go back to this battle for 6 and 7. Look at how close it is now.
They've been getting closer and closer.
And both these drivers struggling with rear grip.
Everyone's struggling with rear grip. It's a really tough track on rear tyres, so really tough track full stop actually. All the point.
Yeah, even with the long straights, there's still not much time to rest around here.
By the time you catch your breath, it's time to go again, so.
A lot of these
Track.
guys are going to be fairly exhausted, I reckon, by the time they get to the end of this one. Not only have they done an hour and 10 minutes in the car, but a lot of these guys have done an hour and 10 minutes in battle packs across the thing. Brad Ryan's probably going to be absolutely shot. I know his brake capacity is not full to start with, so an hour and 10 minutes and consistently battling across the pack, he's going to collapse. I'm surprised he's not going to have a seizure. Yeah,
We love you, Brad.
Fabian's close enough now. He'll be starting to think about looking at every corner now, moving around in those mirrors, trying to distract Lee.
Yeah, 8 laps to get this done. He's definitely got a lot more speed.
Could get a good run out of this final corner and to run into turn 1. I think he's close enough now. He might. No, you don't think he's going to be close enough.
I don't think he got a good enough run coming off onto those final 2 corners there.
Well, we've still got a second. Did announce the schedule for next season during the week last week. We do return to Mossport for round 1 next season. Also back on the schedule for the first time in forever, Summit Point, which should be fantastic. Looking forward to next season. Of course, we go to Montreal for the first time next season as well, so that should be fantastic. And Bathurst won't be far away.
Yeah, hopefully by the time
Fabian's having a look, sorry guys.
he's got that done nice and easy.
Yeah, Lee gives him the room he's needed.
I must say, I do love the Fab logo he's got on the side of his car too. I only just noticed that.
Good to see you with it, Jay.
Oh, how many seasons has that been there? Because that's embarrassing if it's been a lot.
Yeah,
Probably been there forever, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's
more
boys.
than likely.
I've spent some time behind Fabs and it's on the rear wing as well. I
Nah.
can give you that one.
How long you been doing this for, Jay?
Oh, too long, mate. Getting tired. 7 laps to go. 2 guys that were the last to pit, Stanaway and Atkins. Marty doing a great job to hold Stanaway away. Is that a pun? No.
I think that classes as one of the puns. Yeah. So we've had 2 really bad puns already.
that was really, really bad because that wasn't even intentional.
Oh, so that was all right. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know. Let's go for 3. I'm not good at this pun thing. I'm pretty much good at making probably semi inappropriate jokes, and that's
Lee
about it.
Ellis.
People, Alice.
Very hard on the brakes into 1.
How did he pull that up?
Oh, has to be luck there, wouldn't it?
Be holding on for dear life. That probably would have ended he and Ryan's race if they had made contact. And Alice now is really struggling.
And Leighton Fine starting to catch these battling four, so We've got a 5 battle back here.
Hey,
Although Ellis has dropped off just a tad off that. Ellis will be looking to cool the tyres down a bit after that turn 1.
Atkins and Stanaway are still going at it as well, 15th and 16th. Atkins will want to hold on to this position and not drop back too far after their late pit stop.
Hey, Stanaway's looking quite fast, so I think he's going to get it done nice and easy.
Richie's really going to have to work for this position because Marty's not going to make it easy at all.
Stanaway's definitely holding a lot more speed. If you can get a good run onto this straight, he's looking nice and close here.
Well, Richie just can't get the rear grip. He's out too far on the ripple strip. Much wheel spin. Fabian and Day still going at it.
Sometimes that's all you need is a braking marker to follow. So someone that you can just sit in there and just drive with.
Ibbleton out front controlling the pace to his teammate. 5 laps to go when he gets to the line.
With 5 laps to go coming around, I wonder if our pit reporter's got anyone whinging about fuel issues yet.
I guess that's a no.
I'll take that as a no.
I'd probably think that the drivers are whinging about overall
Rear
grip and speed.
There's no one whinging about fuel. They haven't looked at that. They're too busy going sideways.
Well, they're not going to be worried about grip and there's no fuel to actually make the car go.
They'll probably be happy about saving fuel.
Everyone has a spare donkey sitting in the back to tie it up and let it run forward. And not everything runs off a carrot. Jeez, mate.
Reese.
Yeah, I've been hearing John Latham and Brad Ryan, they're saying that the tyre temps are getting a little too high for their liking, so more complaints about lack of grip.
5 to go, they won't mind looking with 5 to go now at how much fuel they need.
Yeah, being tucked up in a bit of a battle pack, those, rear or even the fronts would be heating up even more.
A lot of guys probably haven't even looked at their fuel numbers to see if they've got enough to go home. More to go when Muggleton crosses the line. He's just onto the main straight now. So far this has been a very, very faultless drive from him. Pole start, got away from the line very well. Driven a fantastic drive at the moment.
Yeah, and just looking at his lap times, ever so consistent, he's been within 2/10 of his laps for the past 10 laps.
Ruggio third. About 10 seconds behind now. Last lap around, a little bit off the pace, actually dropped 4/10, so could he be starting to save fuel?
By the look of it, he's had a couple of issues in the past few laps. But
Last
by
lap
that
around
drift,
also,
I'm not thinking so.
yeah, Brookman also a little bit off the pace from where he was. I think he'll just be happy to get it home. Hasn't finished a V8 Supercar race in a long time, so he'll be happy just to be out on track and do quite well for a change. Go back to the 6th, 7th battle between Fabian and Day.
And I love to say it again, we've got the 4-car battle again with Ortridge, Latham, Ryan and Ellis starting to, once those tyres have normalised, they're starting to come back.
Leighton Fine will soon be under attack from Sean Kelly as well, so this race is heating up with 4 to go.
It's a great drive from Sean Kelly to come from the back of the pack. Having his drama off the start finishing line.
3 to go for Muggleton as he crosses the line. Not long left in this race now. It feels like it's gone forever. Race time is just ticked over an hour. Been told it's not as long as the Grand Am Enduros, but these cars are probably a bit tougher to drive than the cars in the Grand Am series.
Oh, here we go. My car's cooler than your car.
Oh, no. I'll take driving the McLaren or the DP over the v8 supercar at the moment because I'm just terrible.
I'd love to have ABS.
These cars would be great with ABS.
Kelly's just gotten past fine.
Strange place for that pass to get done too.
Yeah, definitely good, got great drive.
Leighton's actually struggling for top speed because of the damage he might have to his car, so Kelly, the fairly undamaged car, will get the move done fairly easy.
I think Leighton's actually let him go there, knowing the inevitable was coming.
Here we go. Just hearing Leighton Fine might be marginal on fuel. That could be why, or more than likely why, that move was done so easy for Sean Kelly over Leighton Fine. 2 laps to go at the front now as Muggleton turn 1, 2 and 3. Madison down right behind. Ellis behind Brad Ryan in 11th position, having some internet issues. Look at how wide he's going into the final corner to try and get some drive. Out past the AstroTurf onto the concrete on the outside.
Hearing small reports from the Lazy Man Racing guys that fuel for them at least is going to be very, very, very close. I'm not too sure how it's going to turn out for them, but I'll be keeping an eye on them and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I'd say all of these top level drivers would be watching or pushing every 10th. They'll finish with points of leaders left to get the most out of the car.
Hey, what, speaking of pushing, John Layton almost pushed him that hard off the track there. Out of the first turn complex. Really trying to get this position down Tony Autridge. Ryan's still trying to hold off Lee Ellis. And he's having some internet issues just like Ellis. So, up the front though, last lap for Josh Muggleton.
Now I wonder if he's going to start thinking formation finish, or will he not trust his compatriot there?
Don't worry, there'll be a formation finish, no doubt about that. As long as it stays in the order it is now and they don't come up to traffic, it'll be a 1-2 form finish for Tats.com Racing TTR. They've done a great job tonight. Muggleton absolutely loves this track, and I'm sure he'd be happy if we raced here every week.
Yeah, looking to go back to back.
3 in a row actually, because we had Motegi, Barber and here, so all working for them at the right time of the season for Muggleton and Down. This season's been quite a different season in regards to the finishing positions. Most of the races, 1, 2, 3, have been Down, Muggleton and Ruggier in all different orders obviously, but Dustin still hasn't been able to break through for that race win. Through the final section of track for Josh Muggleton, blowing up to let Madison Down catch up to him. A roll across the line, great drive from Josh Muggleton, he'll pick up the win. Just a second. At Interlagos in Brazil, second Madison Down, 1-2 Tats.com Racing. Dustin Ruggier really good drive. Tried something different in the pit stop strategy. Didn't quite work out for him. Great solid drive for third position. Renz Brookman come across the line in fourth. Really good drive. He'll be over the moon with that. Val Riches fifth position. Those two boys, Riches and Brookman, will both be happy to have at least finished the race. Michael Fabian will hold on from Lee Day for sixth position. Lee in seventh. Battle for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. It'll be Autrich, Latham, Ryan and Alice.
I'll tell you what,
Kelly.
that last lap from Latham was very committed, and it wasn't until the last corner that he lost the ground.
Leighton Fine out of fuel pretty much at the start-finish line, so he made it home. Marty Atkins has got Richie Stanaway at the start-finish line with Stanaway out of fuel. A couple of drivers across the line. Mitch Abril comes across, as does Simon Blackie, with the last driver to cross the start-finish line to end this race. What a fantastic one tonight, boys. Our longest race in the history of V8 Supercar official online series. For an hour and 4 minutes, so we're pretty close in our series and our guess for the length of time. How close was the racing in that mid-pack? That was amazing.
Some tandem burnouts. Plenty of fuel left in those cars.
Yeah, they had that fuel strategy set. They knew what they were doing. They wouldn't make very good ballerinas because they're not doing it very well in unison. They've got to work on that.
It's alright, Jay, you can give him lessons, mate.
Well, nobody's perfect, even the Tats guys.
Go through the race results. Josh Muggleton, official gap at the line. It was actually close between the teammates, 0.89 of a second. So Muggleton had to trust his teammate there to not pass him in the wrong spot. Justin Ruggie, a third position. Renz Brookman in fourth. Vale Riches, fifth position. Michael Fabian in sixth. Lee Day at seventh. Tony Autrich, eighth. John Emerson, ninth. Sorry, John Latham in ninth. Brad Ryan in 10th. Lee Alice in 11th position. Sean Kelly, 12th. Leighton Fine, 13th. Matt Nethercote in 14th. Richie Stanaway just actually got Marty Atkins at the line, even though he was out of fuel. Times, what's that? Tenths of a second between those guys. Wayne Burke in 17th, Mitch Abril in 18th, Simon Black 19th, John Emerson and Carwin May did not finish the race, unfortunately. But what a great one that was.
Yeah, fantastic race. Good battle all the way across the field. Most of the guys still finished on the lead lap, which
is
great
to see.
Surprising. I was not expecting that. But yeah, it was great. Fantastic. I was a little bit worried about the length of race and everyone would kind of split out, especially after seeing the qualifying times. They weren't all really close, but obviously the guys really concentrated on their racing pace for this one, which is fantastic to see.
I think the fact that all the guys that finished the race actually finished on the lead lap, I think that's a new record as well in the online series. So, as we said, next week we're off to Oran Park, and I'll tell you now, there'll be nowhere near that many drivers on the lead lap by the end of it. It will be chaos. The hardest pit entry, the hardest pit exit, and we will be doing pit stops. Cannot wait for that one. Sorry, Sandman, you won't be here for that one. Be disappointed, no doubt. Go to the race winner though for tonight. Josh Muggleton. Muggo, well done, mate. You must love this place.
I do. How good was that?
I'm impressed, mate. I'm actually surprised that you actually got away from the line really well and actually led into turn one and then pulled a massive gap.
It was pretty hard when your legs shaking on the start line with the with your clutch pedal. But, yeah, no, I got a good start, and Justin and Madison got caught up in a bit of a squabble there, which allowed me to get away, and then had a good pit stop, and then just had to drive super consistent at the end because Mad was coming. It was about a tenth a lap. He was quicker, and any more laps he probably would have got me in the end. But big thanks to Tats.com and Sim Instruments for their support, and yeah, I can get used to this.
So this week, what was the key? Obviously, qualifying was the key to getting that win.
Yeah, I think so. That allowed me to get the good gap in the first few corners there, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about this place that just clicks with me. Twice now, pole and flag to flag win. So yeah, I'll keep bringing this place back on the schedule, please.
It's on there next season, mate.
Beauty.
So, how much was it in the pit stop there? I see you got a second jump there.
Yeah, my fuel usage was a bit less than I think the other guys around me, so I could afford to take a little bit less fuel. I ran out pretty much on the line with half a litre left, so I think that's what did it for me in the end.
Oh, well done, mate. We'll go to P2, Madison Down. Mad, not quite enough to get your teammate, but another good result for the team.
Oh, fantastic result for the team. 1-2 again for Tats.com Racing, and Muggo, great drive. Something about this place, as he said, you know, he's got amazing pace here, and no one could match him or beat him in qualifying, and he got an early lead early on, as he said, and just drove away with it. And at the end there, I was trying to close that margin. Nearly got to the back of him to challenge him, but he was too good in the end, so well done, Muggo.
Yeah, with your qualifying speed not quite enough to obviously match Muggo, were you running the same setup this week, or similar, or totally different?
The setup was similar, I think. I haven't even looked at Muggo's setup, but from what he tells me, it was similar. But yeah, we've been running different setups for quite a few weeks now, and as you can see, we're pretty much the same speed, despite, you know, tuning the car a little bit differently. So I think Muggo's car, it seemed to be very good over one lap, but as the tyres went away, mine maybe came in a little bit stronger at the end of the stint, so I was a little bit quicker at both, the start of the race and the end of the race on the end of the tyre set. So no, but it was cool, great race, really close.
Go to third place tonight, Justin Ruggier next. Not quite enough, almost Pip Madison in qualifying to start from second, but not quite enough to get there in the end, mate.
No, actually, yeah, I struggled again, man, but a bit disappointed about me first lap, actually. I was trying not to hold up Madison so we could sort of go together, and yeah, it was giving me room and I was giving him room, and Josh was just sprinting away, but yeah, struggled, man, and I don't know, mate. I can't wait to the next season, actually, and forget about this one. It's probably my worst season ever. But like I was saying to Josh before, his fans in turn one were putting me off with all the flags. I kept missing that apex, mate. Those Muggo Nation flags. So congratulations to him, mate. He drove well, and he's been really, on the pace the last couple of weeks, and he's been a hard man to catch. And congratulations to Madison as well for a strong finish and a 1-2 from them boys.
Speaking of next season, does you sort of throw away this season now and start concentrating on next season, or are you looking to make a good end of the season next week at Oran Park?
Yeah, exactly what you said, mate. I'll forget about this season and start trying to build and see if we can get some sort of, guys together to sort of work with me and get some car speed happening, like we used to. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I haven't got the answers at the moment. I mean, I could do, even this season, I could do 100 laps or 2,000 laps and it still wouldn't really change my speed. I just don't know that magic sort of setup that suits my driving. So hopefully next season we'll bang it out and put some pressure on these boys.
Well, good luck for next week, mate. Oh, sorry, go, Des.
I was just going to ask Justin, how much do you rely on teammates with setup and everything for the guys out there? Is it a big help for people out there to be running with people similar pace and everything?
Well, considering, I mean, this set that I've done is based on me, but I mean, if you sort of share it around a couple of quick boys around you in your team, it might be just a couple of clicks with rebound or bump that sort of gets you that 2/10, and then then it's the consistency as well. So yeah, it definitely does help, mate.
Go to Renz Brookman next, fourth position. Renz, you must be happy to at least finish the race, let alone up near the front.
Yeah, exactly. For the season, it's a very good result. To even reach the finish line was good. It was a great race. A nice fight with Phil. Couldn't really keep up with the guys in front.
Now, I guess tonight obviously is proof that you don't really need to work overly hard on a setup to get a decent result. You've done no practice at all this week.
Well, yeah, I have a little bit the same problem as Justin have. Doesn't really matter if I do 1,000 laps or 10. Yeah, I'm on my pace, and I just can't find the few extra tenths that are needed.
Well, hopefully we get our weight penalty approved for Madison next season, and we'll be right.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Matt, you happy
Yeah,
with
I
the
don't want
weight
to worry
penalty or
about
not?
Sorry?
Oh, I think Muggo might need a weight penalty tonight. I reckon he's been on form this
Mate,
month.
have you seen me? I'm 90 kilos. What are you weighing?
20
Half a
kilos
sausage?
wet. We'll go
Well,
to Lee
it's
Ellis.
obviously working for you.
We'll go to Lee Ellis next. Lee, another good fight you had tonight. That was good to watch.
Oh, look, it may have been good to watch up there, but from mine, it was interesting. But what can you do? Like, I should have finished higher than what it was. Had great car speed. Came on today. No practice time again, and Muggo shared his set with me, and it was quick. Bit of understeering coming out of the pits, but it was blindingly quick. But bit damage, and yeah.
Now, we heard a little rumor that you've got a little bit of a bet going that if you win a race, something will happen.
TTR Spy Guy's a good one.
We have been given some info.
I know.
It's
exactly
already
what it
been
is, and
announced.
a
It's already
few-
been told. She knows about it if she's been watching. Don't worry.
She's having troubles. The stream is really stuttery and buffering on it.
She'll
getting
have to
on
watch
one
it on
knee, mate.
YouTube later. If
What?
he wins a race, he'll be getting on one
You're
knee.
getting
That's
on one
right.
knee, mate.
If he wins the race, he will. Everyone
Well,
knows it. Daniel's
yeah.
put it out there officially, and we're actually going to have to bribe you guys, so we'll talk after
Yeah,
we
we're
go
looking
offline.
for our full name, phone numbers at the moment, so we can get it out there and get some bribes floating around. But I mean, if you guys just pretty much want to just give it up next race and everyone just kind of pull off to the side, let Lee win, just go for it.
Well, will v8sonline broadcast the marriage or what?
We'll broadcast the wedding.
I'm in.
Yeah,
Right,
we
right,
just can't
right,
send
right,
Sebastian because you'll scare people if they actually have to see him face to face. So
Yeah,
we'll
man, I'll
find
have
a
to be
good
the
director.
master of ceremonies.
I
We'll
like the way
start
that you're
planning.
all sorting it out. So
Yeah,
We're
well, don't
planning
worry,
the
you
wedding,
won't
mate,
have to
don't
sort
worry.
out anything. It's all going to be sorted for you.
You just turn up on the day, mate. We'll be right.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again tonight, guys. We'll talk to you next week. Obviously, next week, Oran Park, another big long race, 51 laps. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks heaps,
Des.
guys.
Thanks, Des. Thanks, Reese. Thanks, Daniel, for all your help again tonight. Awesome race, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good fun. Great to be here. Good to get Des to learn a word other than right. So that was fun.
Left, mate. Left.
Left.
Oh yeah.
I turned
See, I'm
left.
losing it now. This is what happens. You tell me to drink, and then bad things happen. But
Just like me, I always get my right and left confused.
it must be a team thing. But yeah, it's been great fun. Good race, and yeah, really looking forward to next week.
You have anything to add, Reese or Des?
I'm looking forward to Oran Park, Australian finish to the season, and on a tight, twisty track that is close to many Australians' hearts. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'd like just to say thanks to Seb for tonight. Does a lot of work.
Does. We're not going to say any more than that.
No,
Seb
that's
doesn't. No.
yeah.
Yeah,
Seb
whatever.
does do a lot of work. Good job, Seb. You're a
Love
redhead
your work,
though,
Seb.
so we only tolerate you. Love you, buddy.
Thanks heaps for watching, everyone. I think we just lost everyone. I think everyone's just tuned out now. You're watching V8 Online's live coverage of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar official online series, proudly presented by Direct Clutch Services, V8's online superstore, and our friends at V8 Supercars Fan Group. Your winner, Josh Muggleton.